So here you can see the base of the bag has this border, which is reverse single crochet, also known as crab stitch, in 2 colours. I'm just going to quickly show you how to do this. So using the same principles as the other colour work, except you're working your single crochet stitches from left to right instead of right to left, or if you're left-handed, you'll be working from right to left. So it does feel a bit strange at first because it goes against your natural instinct, the way you would normally do a single crochet. So you go into the next stitch, which in this case we're using these empty ridges, and in the same way with the colour work, you always make sure you trap the other colour that you're not using. You pull the stitch through, and you do have to sort of pull it up at a slightly different angle here, because otherwise you'll accidentally pull it through that live loop. Then you've got 2 loops. And then in the same way as the colour work, because we're only doing one colour, each stitch is one colour, you have to finish off that stitch with the other colour. And then the next stitch is going to be the cream. So I'm going to go into the next empty ridge, making sure I trap the brown, pull up the stitch, drop this one, finish off with this one, so as you can see it does create this quite distinctive stitch, and it's got a bit of a slant to it. It's a very rigid stitch, and it really gives good definition to the base of the bag. So just quickly go over that again. So to stop the yarns tangling, I'm basically just putting the yarns back exactly how they are each time. So when I'm picking up from the right, when I drop it, I put it to the right. And when I'm using this one, the brown, I drop it to the left. Apart from when you need to make sure you're trapping it in, like here, I'm trapping in this brown to do this next crab stitch. And the other thing you want to do is every time you change colour, you want to give it all a nice little tug just to make sure it's keeping nice and firm. The other thing you'll notice is how I've got the bag working with the base of the bag facing me, because this is the side of the bag. I think this looks slightly nicer than the bottom of the stitch, which still looks okay, but it's personal preference. If you feel that the base of your bag is more important than the side, then you'd start the crab stitch with the base pointing down basically, but that's up to you. I'm just doing it this way because I think it looks a bit better this way. So I'm finishing off this stitch. I'm just going to do a couple more. I've managed to mess that up now. Let's do that one again. No, that's okay. Finish it off with the brown. Next one is brown. So here you can see where that's come a bit loose, I'm just going to pull that nice and tight. It is quite time consuming, but I mean it's only for the top and the base of the bag, so it's not something you've got to do a massive amount of. So remembering each time you start a new stitch to trap the colour you're not using, finish off the stitch with the next colour, trap the colour, finish off with the other colour, just keep round like that.